Hi, I am back with a winter slash holiday slash Christmas book recommendation video. Here are some books that are perfect for December. I'm also going to try to recommend some books that are perfect for Christmas. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Shalini. I read a lot of books. You can follow me on Instagram, and please don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos like this. If you're not new to my channel, then welcome back. And here goes the first book in this recommendation video, which is Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. Honestly, I read this like years ago, back when it was independently published. It was not this cover, it was an entirely different cover. That's when I read it. And this is basically about Stella. I think that's her name. Yeah. So we follow a protagonist who runs a Christmas tree farm, and but it's in danger, and she needs to kind of promote it. And so she enters this competition, and but there's a small problem. She needs like a romantic backdrop. I think she lied about it on her application, and so that she has a boyfriend. She concocted like this whole story about like a meet cute or something like that. And when like this influencer like tells her that I'm coming to the farm and I'd love to meet your boyfriend and everything. And so Stella freaks out, and so she asks her best friend, Luca, that to be her boyfriend, and he agrees. And so they have been friends for a long time, and we sort of follow as they morph from friends to lovers. And also there's this fake dating thrown in. If you love the idea of reading romance around Christmas, then definitely check out Love Light Farms. I know it's super hyped, but yeah, it's just so good. The next book I have is a completely different genre, which is mystery. It's a closed room murder mystery, and obviously, it's by the queen of crime, Agatha Christie, and it's Hercule Poirot's Christmas by Agatha Christie. I read this 2 years ago, I think. So this is basically about a old man who kind of like calls his sons. He has four sons, um, and he calls his four sons, their wives, and another friend's sons to his home, and like to basically discuss a will or something like that. Or I don't know, maybe like because of a Christmas gathering. When they come, they kind of hate the old man. He basically roasts them. And so after that, he gets roasted. No, no, not roasted alive. He's just murdered. Kuel is obviously invited to this, and he kind of has to find out who cured him. So, if you are someone who loves the idea of reading murder mysteries during holiday season, then check out this book. You could also check out Agatha Christie's Midwinter Murder. Yeah, so this is a collection of short stories. I'm not sure how many stories there are in here. So we have 13 different stories. They all follow different detectives, written by Agatha Christie. And yeah, this is also a perfect book to read during winter. The next book I have is a fantasy, and it's like not Christmassy. This is more of a wintry read. This is very dark, and the magic system is really unique. It follows a sort of a card kind of magic system. The entire town is basically shrouded in this dangerous mist, and the key to kind of like eradicating this mist is to find all the 12 Providence cards, and our protagonist is kind of like possessed by the spirit nightmare from one of these cards because she touched one of these cards when she was sick when she was a kid. And yeah, but this is absolutely not a Christmassy read. I'm just recommending One Dark Window because it is absolutely a book that you would want to read during winter. It's very gloomy. And again, if you're someone who loves reading more fantasy, then you might want to pick this book up. Okay, the next book I want to recommend is The Afterlife of Holly Chase. It's by Cynthia Hand. This is kind of a gender bend reimagining, you could say, of A Christmas Carol, because it follows a like a protagonist, Holly, who's basically visited by these ghosts of Christmas past, and they tell her that show her her past, present, and future, and tell them, like, basically warns her not to do any of these bad things, and then she doesn't listen, so she just gets keyworded. Her afterlife is basically working in like this department of Scrooges, I guess, and she kind of basically tries to learn from her past mistakes. And then we have 5 years later another person who basically follows in the same path as Holly. And then we have these two characters who are basically like trying to kind of redeem themselves. If you loved A Christmas Carol and wouldn't mind reading a young adult paranormal kind of thing. So I think this makes the perfect book to read around Christmas. The next book I have to recommend is The Toy Makers by Robert Dinsdale. So it's set around the First World War, and we have this toy shop emporium that opens during the first frost of winter every year. And we have this young woman, Kathy, who has run away and seeks refuge here. And but she kind of like discovers that this emporium is not what she thought. This is very much magical and enchanting, exactly like night circuses. So, would I say this is a Christmassy read? Yeah, this is also a perfect Christmassy or like a wintry read. So, if you loved even the miniaturist, then I think you would enjoy this very much. The next book I have is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. And this actually is kind of a reimagining of Rumpelstiltskin, but there are also other fairy tale elements from different fairy tale stories. And if you're not a fan of multiple povs, then don't read this book because this does have like 6 povs, but the main focus is on 3 povs. We have our main pov, I believe, is the actual Rumpelstiltskin character, Miriam, whose father is very much in debt. I mean, he's kind of like loan giver, and these persons who are like supposed to pay him money hasn't, and so Miriam has to work to keep her family afloat. And there are two other protagonists, the other two main POVs, who are basically comes to work to pay off their family's debts. And absolutely, if you live somewhere where there is no winter, like snow doesn't really fall, then this book is the perfect book to read because it kind of immerses you into this snowy, magical landscape. Also has this a fairy tale vibe to it. So it's absolutely an enchanting read, perfect to read during winter, around the holidays. Yeah. The next book I have is a young adult romance, which is only for the holidays. So, yeah, as you can see from the title, this is perfect to read around Christmas. This follows a city girl who is forced by her mother to go to this countryside, away from London, to spend her Christmas break away from London, and to this Christmas farm. And she takes an instant dislike to it. And her plan is to basically stalk her ex and concoct this plan to get back with him. Then we follow another POV, who is Quincy, whose family's farm is in charge to host this town's winter ball. So Quincy is basically working around the clock to make the ball a success. And but the only problem is that he has told everyone that he has a date to this winter ball, but obviously he doesn't. And so both of our protagonists, that is Tia and Quincy, basically kind of form a pact to fake date. But the thing is that they were going to debut the relationship at this winter ball, but due to a snowstorm, this ball gets cancelled. So what will they do now? They have to keep up appearances. So we kind of follow them along the way. This is very cute and cheesy. And if you don't mind all that, then this young adult romance is perfect to read around the holidays. And then we have some books that I haven't read yet, but I want to. All I Want Is You by Fallon Ballard. I was sent a copy of this by the publisher. So we have Exes, Professional Rivals, Just One Bed, What Could Go Wrong? Yeah. The next book I have is Kiss Me at Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. This author also wrote The 12 Days of Christmas, which I really enjoyed. I really don't know anything about it. All that I know is that it's a Christmas romance. So if you are looking for a romance recommendation, definitely check it out. The next book I have is The Christmas Countdown by Holly Cassidy. It says that Christmas is canceled on account of heartbreak, but 24 magical days just might save it. So, again, another Christmas romance recommendation for you if you are in the mood. Last but not the least is Three Holidays and a Wedding. Again, I haven't read this book yet, but all I know is that it combines Christmas, Hanukkah, Eid, I think, because it says three holidays here. So, yeah, and we sort of follow these two characters who kind of like have their romances. So, yeah, that's about it. Oh, and last but not the least, this is last but not the least. This is a very short poem, Frost Fair by Carol Ann Duffy. Set during a snowy London day in the great winter of 1683. I don't read poems like at all, but this I really enjoyed reading around Christmas. So yeah, these are all my winter slash Christmas book recommendations. Let me know if you have read any of the books I recommended, or if you have any recommendations, then feel free to leave them in the comments. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one.